Hi, I'm Tom Evans. This is That Stuff. In today's episode, I'm just going to be talking about the series The Book of Boba Fett. So here's a spoilers warning coming up right now. Been warned, spoilers are going to be discussed in this video. As a whole, I've just finished watching the final episode, Chapter 7, which is called In the Name of Honor. I'm going to keep looking back and forth like that probably, because I've got the names of all the episodes. So, in a whole, I thought the series was great. Probably had two of the most best episodes and crazy cameos, but we'll get to that in a minute. So it starts off with how he got out the Sarlacc pit. He busted his way out, and how he survived with the Pascal steel. Otherwise, he would have just been, well, dead. I like how the fact that he was wandering the desert and got picked up by Tuscans and was paying pretty much a slave by them. But he showed his might and basically become one of them and learned how to live in the tribe. It was a very interesting way that they showed Tuscans and developed their character a bit more and showed that they're not just, well, random attackers savaging people in the sands. They actually have a life and everything. Bit sad that they ended up dying in the end. That was a bit sad. It was fun that they did flash forwards, flashbacks and all this. So in the present timeline, they were showing how Boba Fett is now going to become the new Dinjarin, that's the Mandalorian's name. The Dinjay or whatever, I can't remember. But the new leader of the thing, the gangster leader, whatever you want to call it. The little robot, he was pretty cool. I can't do the voice, but he was pretty, I like that. It was quite interesting, the fact. Then moving on, they started doing the street gangs of Mos Espa, which was really interesting in the fact that they had a speed bike gang. They're not what I would have expected from Star Wars, so I can see why there were some complaints with them. They are very much like a cyberpunk type of steampunk era type thing, not very Star Wars-y in my opinion, but I still thought that it was a nice little inclusion to add something a little bit different. The Jabba's cousins, I forget their names, but they were quite cool to see some more of the Hutts in the show. A different Wookiee, that was pretty cool, Kasanta or something like that. Yeah, brutal. Definitely reckon he would take out Chewie in a heartbeat. Somehow he just seems ruthless. Moving on from there, we got to the 5th episode, so chapter 5, The Return of the Mandalorian. They might as well just call it the Mandalorian show because it had nothing to do with Boba Fett. Very odd, but it was nice to see the darksaber in action and that he wasn't just an expert with it as he tried to wield. It was nice to see the armourer back and the little Creed, and they had a little, disagreement and argument because he removed his helmet in season 2. The little fight with trying to get the darksaber off of him, and obviously Mando came out on top. That was cool. It was interesting to see the space station circle planet thing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know with the terminology it was used, but that was definitely a insight. It was pretty fun. Moving on from there, I thought, wow, that's that. Now we're going to go back to another Boba Fett type episode. No, they just threw it out even more. It's like, hey, you like that episode? We could do even better. We got the return of Grogu, Ahsoka, and even Luke Skywalker. And it wasn't even just in a cameo. It was proper Luke Skywalker showing how he started up his Jedi temple and everything. Just insane. And it wasn't just tiny little bits and pieces. There was loads of shots, lightsabers flipping, and the little machine-y droid thing, that thing there, yeah, where you test your lightsaber blade out. The inclusion of Yoda's lightsaber, that was interesting. Where was Yoda's lightsaber? Supposedly in episode 3 he lost it, so did he go get it back? Or did someone make a new one? Or I don't know, it's just interesting to see. Mando's new ship being a starfighter from Naboo, that was cool. I was never a big fan of prequels, to be honest. They were okay. As time's gone on, they are better than the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, but it's just nice to see they made a custom new ship for him. Yeah, it was pretty wizard, as he says. And then the final episode that we've just watched today, the Rancor. He literally rode that Rancor like a panther. It was great. What a saying. What a new meme.
Like a panther. Yes.
Brilliant. All in all, great episode. They brought Cade Bane, someone from the Clone Wars show. Do I reckon he's dead? I'm going to hopefully say no, because if they've killed off a character just after bring him into live action, it's going to be a bit like, oh, okay, cool. So hopefully he'll make a reappearance and he didn't actually die when he got stabbed. The sheriff who did get killed by him looks like in the post-credit scene he's going to come back to life, so that's quite cool. All in all, yeah. If I had to rate the show, I would give it definitely a 9 out of 10 due to the fact of the Mandalorian episode and the episode with Grogu, Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker in. The only reason it's got a 9 and not a full-on 10 is due to the fact of the first few episodes being a bit slow, and I could see the complaints that people were making, and the fact that Boba Fett felt a bit different than the usual Boba Fett. Just before I forget, it was interesting to see Danny Trejo in the show. It definitely doesn't feel right for him to be in it, but fair play. I'll give you that. Yeah, that's my mini review and thoughts of Boba Fett. Hope you enjoyed. Anyway, until next time.